Hello paper crafters, this is Angie at Chic Scratch, and I'm super excited to share today's project with you. It's a Sweet Friends Keepsake Box made with box template 85. This little box is not only super easy to make, but it's also a perfect way to package a Chic Stand. If you're watching this live video, say hello in the chat box, and if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments what you would put inside this box once you watch the video. Okay, I can see some thumbs up. Did you guys hear me get tongue-tied? You would think that I just started filming videos, right? I'm distracted because my husband's in the backyard running the tractor or lawnmower, whatever that thing is called. Okay, let me take this off the screen. How are y'all doing? Okay, we've got Carol, Lori, Melissa, Lauren. And you guys can hear me okay? Hey, Vicky. Okay, the chat box is flowing, so everything is working. We've got people on Facebook and on YouTube. So let me hold up this box. As I was saying, it's the perfect box to package a Chic Stand, which is inside here. It will also hold a mini charm pack. So if you like to sew, the little mini charm pack will fit in here. I will admit that I collect the mini charm packs. I very rarely use them because they look so pretty. I have a whole drawer full of them. I'm going to challenge myself maybe next year. I don't know, maybe this year, to actually use some of them. I am having a sale on the Chic Stands. All the details are on my website, and we'll talk about that again a little bit later in the video. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, whatever time. Where is my face? Yeah, I just needed to remove that screen. Sorry about that. It's probably a good thing I wasn't showing my face when I messed up the words. Y'all can see the screen now, right? Look how cute. Okay. So Bonnie says she can't see or hear me on her end. You guys can hear me, right? So if you can't see me and can't hear me, I don't know how to fix it. Yeah. Okay, let me give you guys the link, or let me post the link for the live Chic Candy so we can get started. I have a couple stories to tell y'all this week. It's been another doozy of a week. I swear, I think I might end up having to write a book with all the crazy things that have happened in the last couple years. I won't get into that just yet. Later on in the video, once we've made the project. Okay, let me pin that link for the Chic Candy real quick so y'all can find it. If you're on Facebook, I already posted it about 30 minutes ago. Wait, did I pin the right message? Can y'all tell me, did I pin the right message? Or did I accidentally pin somebody's comment? I can't tell. Okay, y'all tell me in the comment box. Okay, y'all want to see? There goes my husband on the tractor. Did y'all see him? Every time he goes by, he turns and smiles at me like he knows he's doing something wrong. He's a nut. Anyway, let's get back to this. Hey, Sydney, how are you doing? I wish you were coming to the Lori Holt retreat this weekend. Let's see. Okay, you guys can see me and hear me. Bonnie's going to go out and come back in. Good. Okay. And on the chat box, the pin's right. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Patsy, I did get rid of it, and then people were confused about why I got rid of it, so I put it back. It was too confusing for everyone. So I did put it back on there. Yeah. Okay, so this box measures 3 by 3 by 1 inch. and it is box template 85. The funny thing about this box template is that I messed it up way back in 2022 and didn't even realize that the template was wrong. The measurements were right, but I left this top part off of the template. So it has been corrected, and I will post the fixed template tomorrow. Actually, it's already over there on my website. We're using product that will be available next week, May 5th, when the new catalog goes live and the new online exclusives. So we've got the Sweet Old Friends stamp set, bundle actually, the dies and the stamp set, the Sweet Words and Labels stamp set and dies, and then we're using the Scallop Blooms dies for the greeting. Just remember, if you want any of these 3 items, you might want to order on day 1. I anticipate they're all going to go on back order, especially this one, because everyone has emailed me and said, well, not everyone, I'm being dramatic. A lot of people have emailed me and said they're going to order this. They're done ordering flowers, but they want this and they want this. I haven't heard anybody if they want this, but let me recap. You want these because these dies are fabulous. And these greetings go with this stamp set. You don't have to use them. You could use other ones, but I just loved, it never hurts to keep looking up. Old friends are the best friends. Oh, bother. Anyway, okay, so now, instead of showing you guys all the fabulous prizes, spending a lot of time, here's the live prizes for tonight. You got to be present to win. And yeah, and we'll go over all of that later after we've made the project. Here's the materials that we're going to be using to make the project. All these measurements will be on your free PDF on my website tomorrow, okay? Doesn't cost a thing. This is going to be for the box. This is the new Golden Glow, new in color. And it's perfect for Winnie the Pooh, right? Yeah. Here's all the Designer Series paper. That's Silly Old Bear Designer Series paper. This is the die that's cut out with that Sweet Words and Labels dies. So I've done that in advance to save some time. And then I did go ahead and stamp and die cut the images. I'll go ahead and stamp those on camera. This is showing you that I got all 3 images on a piece of cardstock that just measures 2 by 8.5. Okay. I'm going to use my Stampin' Mat. And here are the 3 images. Thank you. I'm glad you like the fabric. That is called, I think it's called Shine by Sweetwater. I did post it on my website today. I posted the picture. I told you guys a couple weeks ago that my goal is to make 2 fabric baskets or fabric items every weekend so that I can give them away on my website. So it's been a crazy, awful week last week. I'll talk about it more in a little bit. Rut-row. Well, I'm just stamping these. I rocked it. I got a little bit of black ink there, but I'm not even going to use these. I'm going to use the one that I cut out earlier because I am a little bit sore today. I had physical therapy this morning. I told David, I'm like, never let me schedule physical therapy again on a day that I go live. What was I thinking? I was not thinking, right? Okay, so there's our 3 images. Then you would use this die to cut out the honey pots. You'd use this die to cut that out. And let me get my magnetic bowl. Is my husband going by again? He's a knucklehead. That die is going to cut out Pooh. And then the die from the Scallop Blooms, that's the greeting, and that cuts that out perfectly. Okay, so So we'll pretend that we just did that. And now I'm going to color this. Now, last week we had this discussion about typically we color our images and then we die cut them. But it's a little, I mess up quite a bit. In fact, let me show you. Let's see. Where did I put it? I messed up 2 today. Now you're going to look at these and you're going to say, did you really mess up? Because maybe I didn't. In fact, that doesn't even look messed up, does it? And that one doesn't look messed up. Maybe it was just my eyes at the time. This one I messed up because there's a little bit more vanilla at the bottom. Wait, I see the one I messed up. Do y'all do this? Okay, here's the 4th one. There's a little bit more very vanilla on the right side than there is on the left. Okay, so you can see yes, Debbie, we had crazy bad weather. That was one of the things I was going to talk about is we woke up, was it yesterday morning? I can't even remember because the tornado sirens have been going off so much. It was either yesterday morning or the day before. It was yesterday because I thought I was going to die. I was so tired. The sirens woke us up at 5 a.m. going off. And I didn't even have time to grab a bra. And I know that sounds crazy, but I told David, I said, can I just at least, he's like, get in the basement now. Anyway, too much information. Yes, our weather has been crazy, crazy awful. Okay, I don't want this one. I don't want that one. Both of these look really good. Let's go with this one right here. Okay. We are using Hydrangea. We're using 2 of the new in colors. So Hydrangea Hue, Golden Glow, Crumb Cake, and I'm actually using Darling Duckling for the little spill of honey on the top of the honey pots. Yes, we're okay. Yeah, we're fine. And I'm just thankful that we have the sirens, right? Okay, so I promised someone that I was going to zoom in when I color. So I'm going to zoom in. Let me make sure I've got this on the right camera. Okay, so I'm going to zoom. Somebody remind me that I need to zoom back out because otherwise you're going to miss the box making, right? Okay, I need 2 pair of glasses to color, double the strength. I'm going to start with the dark golden glow. And while I color, I'll talk about all the crazy things that happened this past week. One of which was that the sirens went off multiple times. I think I told you guys about the tornado being close to Brookie. So on Thursday morning, Brookie sends us a text message at 6 a.m. Now, I don't get up at 6 unless I just can't sleep. She sends us a text at 6 a.m. and says, "Isn't this your storage place?" Okay, we have ever since we moved, we downsized. We built a smaller home. Don't ask me why. I wish I'd never done it, but we built a smaller home in 2020. And so I've had furniture and all kinds of stuff in storage, like Pottery Barn desk, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so on Thursday, Brooke texts us and says, "Isn't this the storage?" It was completely flooded. The whole first floor, I guess, got flooded. And it had happened. She saw it on Facebook on Thursday. It had happened the previous Friday. They never called me. They never texted me. Nothing. I got no communication. In fact, the last communication that I got from them was an email in December, 7 days after my surgery, telling me that they were raising their rates. But I got nothing about the flood. Had they contacted me, I would have been able to get some of my stuff out before it was absolutely, completely ruined. For example, my Pottery Barn desk, because the boxes collapsed and everything went tumbling, it completely shattered it and scratched it. Anywho, so Thursday, everything had to get canceled, and I had to go. Brooke had to come because I can't talk. I can't lift anything. So all I could do was go over there, evaluate the situation, lift what little things I could, and then wait for Brooke to get off work so that she could help me. And of course, David was out of town. He was in Springfield because his mother had fallen and broken her femur and had to have surgery, and none of the other family members could go. So David was in Springfield. Anywho, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what do you think our life consisted of? Cleaning out that storage building and figuring out what to do with stuff. Yeah. So this saying right here that says, old friends are the best friends. My friend Tracy, I've been friends with her since Chase was 3 years old, so a long time. She has an antique mall in Olathe called Sentimental Journey Marketplace, and some of the stuff in there, a lot of the stuff, I'm giving to her, and she can either sell it or repair it and fix it or give it away, whatever. Yeah. So that's been my life. Yeah. And if you remember, I'm supposed to leave for my Lori Holt quilting retreat this weekend. Or actually Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. There's never a dull moment. I saw someone ask about my mother-in-law. She's actually doing okay. She's in a lot of pain. As you know, broken bones. Broken bones hurt, right? If you've never had one, consider yourself lucky because they are no fun. Okay, so I'm using the crumb cake on a couple of these honey pots. Is this dark or light? That's the dark. I want the light now. I was telling my physical therapist today, I'm like, yeah, I was supposed to get a pedicure tomorrow. I'm like, scratch that. I got to get my stuff ready for the retreat. No one's going to see my toes. I don't know what color I colored this one. It doesn't really matter because it's going to get covered up with Pooh Bear, but I'll just go ahead and do this. So every other color, I don't know, does that make sense? When can you order the Pooh set? May 5th. Yeah, May 5th. Yay! Aren't we tired of waiting, right? Okay, I'm going to put these back in my blends basket and put those in here. And now we are ready to make the actual box. So like I said, box template 185. I'm going to bring that onto the screen so that you can see that. And I need to zoom back out. Aren't y'all glad I remembered? How's that? Is that good? A good zoom? Yeah, so here's the measurements. So Golden Glow measures 6 inches this way, 8 3/4 this way. And then I'm going to get my Simply Scored scoring tool. Wait, let me slide all this over. Oh, wow. So, Erica, you can relate to my mother-in-law, right? Dang, I'm so sorry. Okay, on the 8 3/4 side, you're going to score at 1 inch, 4 inches, 5 inches and 8 inches. And on the 6-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1.5. And you're going to do that on both sides. So just flip it over and then 1/2 inch and 1.5. If you guys ever see a mistake on one of my templates, you will not hurt my feelings if you contact me and say, hey, you messed up. Fix it. Well, you don't have to say it that way, right? I'm glad you like my Post-it notes. I love them. They make me smile. And I shared that story last week about how when I call Brooke or she calls me, instead of saying hello, she says meow. So I don't have my stuff ready for the retreat. Of course not, because I was supposed to do it this weekend, right? I'm going. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done. Okay, so I'm going to remove the template once I finish cutting it. So somebody remind me. We're going to start. Now, one of the things I didn't mark on the template, and I should have, let me share that with you now. I did not make this top edge shorter. Let me get my ruler. Okay. So this top piece is the 3/4 inch. This bottom one is the 1 inch. Okay. This is the piece that goes inside your box. So I probably should fix that template again, right? But hopefully you'll know that if you look at the template, the one that says round the corners, that's the one that's 3/4 inch, okay? So I need to make that smaller so you guys can actually see the paper, right? So I'm going to cut, this is the bottom of the box, so the bottom, we're just going to remove that part. And then this one. Okay. Then up here, we're going to remove both of these sections. Hopefully you can see that. So all of this and all of that. Okay. Oh, goodness. I swerved. There we go. Okay, so now, looking at the template, we're going to cut straight across and then remove this piece right here. And then do the same thing over here. Cut straight across and remove this section. And then we need to cut straight across here and here. Okay, so everything's been cut. We've got a couple more things to do. I want to trim these corners on all 4 tabs. So I'm just going to angle cut them. Same thing on this side. We were having really warm weather, and then after the last tornado scare, it brought cold weather. Grr. So now it's back to being cold. Okay, I'm going to round the edges of the that piece that tucks in. Okay, now it's done with the exception of adhesive. And now I can remove the box template image. Okay, so Patsy says don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yes, pretty please with sugar on top. What are the name of my scissors? I have a link to them on Amazon. If you'll remind me at the end of the video, I will get you that link. They cut really, really well. Yes. And I have used these same pair for a really long time. You can go back and look at all of my videos. Probably, I know I've had them ever since our other house, and it'll be 6 years in September, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is put adhesive on the 4 tabs. And I could use my tear and tape, but I'm going to be lazy tonight, and I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal. I have so much to get done to get ready for my retreat, so I'm so behind. Yeah. That's the story of my life lately, though, right? Oh, wait. One more thing. I forgot. What you want to do is round this. You can do it afterwards, but it's a little hard. And you want to go ahead and add your designer series paper also, because if you don't, because you got to repunch it with that, you got to repunch it. I love this paper. I love both sides even. Okay. Now normally I use liquid glue to do this, but I don't have time for it to dry with that little piece right there. So I'm just using my Stamp and Seal and hoping that it's straight. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the walls. And then do the same thing on this side. Okay, where's that little mini charm pack? Right here. And then that tucks in. It's the perfect size box, isn't it? And then now let's add our other pieces of designer series paper. This is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and like I said, the designer series paper is Silly Old Bear. Will be available on May 5th. Don't wait. You better set your timer. Don't snooze or you'll lose, right? I don't know how in the world they would have ordered enough to accommodate everyone that's going to want it. Yeah. Okay. And this is a different pattern of the paper than we used last week. So we're going to attach this right in the middle. Congrats on your retirement, Janet. I'm sorry I'm not doing a very good job of looking at comments tonight. I can't seem to manage all of it tonight. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add this first. Okay, we're going to add the honey pots first, because we have to make sure that we have room for the greeting to make it fit. So add these here. Let that dry. And then we're going to add the greeting, because you have to add the greeting first to figure out where you're going to put Pooh at. That looks good. Let's see. That looks good. It is adorable. I agree. Okay. And then we've got our ribbon, and if you use just the, see, the thing about using that die is if it was a little bit longer, we could slide the end of that under Pooh Bear, but it's fine, right? I just dropped my keyboard. Yes, the whole suite. Sorry, no, I don't think he was mowing. I think he was fertilizing. He had like a basket thingy attached to the back of his lawnmower. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him he can't do that during my live videos. He kind of already knows that, but we've had so much bad weather that it's like he has to do it when he can, right? Okay, I want the bow as little as I can get it. And you can leave off the ribbon if you want to, but I don't know. I just love adding ribbon, and we have so little ribbon in our catalog now. I'm going to use it when I can because we hardly have any. This is kind of being a little difficult. Sorry, it's trying to curl on me. I'm going to perform surgery here. Okay, mini glue dot. Here's our butterflies. Where is my mini glue dots? Oh, right here. Is Sweet Words and Labels an online exclusive? It is, because it's also part of the Pooh Bear collection. Okay, so a reminder, my Chic Stands are buy one, get one free. I also marked them down because guess what? In our storage locker, I also had another box of Chic Stands. So I have got to sell some Chic Stands. The long story about that is that I placed a big, huge order for Chic Stands right before Stampin' Up! Retired the paper piercer and came out with the Take Your Pick tool. So I ordered a bunch because I anticipated, and the Take Your Pick tool does fit in there, as you can see, but it was really perfect for the paper piercer. Anyway, so I have lots and lots of them, so I discounted them. There's a BOGO sale. I've been giving them away every week. Yeah, it's just not cheap I can't mark them down anymore because the shipping is so astronomical. Yeah, the shipping is going up again, right? I don't even know how anybody's going to afford to ship anything anymore. That was kind of snarky, right? Okay, butterflies, in color butterflies. These are going to also be available. Put a little one there. And so cute, right? You're welcome. Okay, let me put these glue dots back in the box because otherwise I'll get glue dots on everything. So here is the Darling box. It is a different size box than last week. Like I said, this is 3 by 3 by 1. Okay, now, any questions about the project before we move on to the prizes and the giveaway? Thank you guys for saying that you love your Chic Stand. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been selling them a long time. And if you travel, you can always place your pokey tool on the side and then it fits in your travel bag perfectly. Yeah. Okay, any questions about the box before we do the giveaway? Not that you can't ask again. Oh, it will hold a brownie. And those little tarts. Remember those tarts that I had last fall? I just bought a new box and I ate them all. Yes, it will also hold pins. Yep. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yep. So brownies. It'll hold a Reese cup. All kinds of things. So stamps will be 95 cents in December. So that means it's going to cost $1 to mail a card. I still remember putting a dime in the mailbox and our mailman putting a stamp on it for us, right? Okay, so I'm just looking back for a second for the questions. What is the name of the gingham liner fabric that I used for the bird fabric? It's the same fabric line. So this is, I think it's called Shine by Sweetwater. And the lining is the same fabric. Yeah, it's the same fabric. And I have another print also. And it'll have the same liner. Isn't it darling fabric? Oh my gosh. I just love fabric. Golden Glow looks more like more mustard. It actually does look like more mustard. You're right. If I had anything, but it's a little more golden. More mustard was a little richer. I feel like it was like a couple shades darker than this one. But yeah, I loved more mustard. That was a great color. Okay, so thanks, Carrie. She said it doesn't bother her that David's in the background. Oh, Tracy says that she didn't hear him. That's amazing. When you say downsized, about 1,000 square feet. Yeah, about 1,000 square feet. I wish I'd never done it. You know that dining room that I don't know if y'all have a dining room. We had a dining room for 20 years. And the only thing I used the dining room for was sewing. Yeah, for sewing. I don't think we ever ate in the dining room. Maybe twice in 20 years. I miss that dining room. Can I just tell you? Because now my kitchen table, the only table we have now, has a sewing machine on each end. And they've been there since like, I don't know, a year. Yeah. Okay. No questions about the project. So we'll go ahead and start the giveaway now. Somebody said that they didn't hear him, but they saw him. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Okay. So last week, let me show you the image. Well, let's see. Here's my thing. Isn't this little chick so cute? So I made a graphic to share with y'all about the BOGO sale. And I'm happy to say I had some sales today. So yay. Yeah. So I do not have an end date on this because like I said, I got to get them out. Not all of them, but I have a lot. So now, last week, nope, that's this week. Last week, sorry guys. I'll get it right in a minute. Okay, last week was our very first Chick Candy Pick of the Week, okay? Our winner was Susan. We had 119 entries, so that's way better than the 58 entries that we had last week. So thank you guys for entering to win. Not that I get anything for you entering to win, but I love to give you guys stuff. And let's see, I think I did I do? Here it is. So congrats, Susan. I already emailed her. She already knows she won. So I will be shipping that very soon. Now this week, let me move this off of here. And let me move that one. So now this week is that one. Okay. So like I said, my goal is every week is to make 2. So this is the one we're giving away tonight that's live. And this is the one that I'll be announcing the winner for next week. So in this basket, there is a Chic Stand, mini Stampin' Dimensionals, in color shimmer gems, and petal pink and white ribbon. Petal pink and white ribbon. In the basket made by me. And all you have to do is use this QR code. And let me get you the link again. All you got to do is provide your information. Now, I don't use this information for anything. I'm not going to email you. I'm not going to try to sell you something. I'm certainly not going to sell it. So all you're doing is just entering to win this. I'm not doing anything else with your entry. I think that's an important thing to say because nowadays, anytime you enter your email address in anything, you're going to get 5,000 spams. I will not spam you and I will not add you to my mailing list. I will not do anything other than say you are the winner if you win. That is the only email that you're going to get from me. Okay? So somebody asked me about that a couple of weeks ago. I thought that was a great question, but no, I don't do anything. I'm not one of those people. Maybe I should. Maybe I'd sell more product. I can't do it. It's not my nature. I think it's kind of tacky, to be honest. Not that the people that do it are tacky, but it's a little too much. Okay, so we're about to do the live drawing. And the prizes are Lost Lagoon ink pad. That's A. Oh, let me move this. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Option A is the Lost Lagoon ink pad. Sorry, the lights are glaring on it. Option B is the basket. C is the Chic Stand. D is the in color pack of paper. It's just an assortment. E is this pool party ribbon, and F is the Winkastella. I opened it to take a picture, but it is a brand new Winkastella. Okay. So now give me about a minute to grab all the entries really quick. Okay. It may not take me a whole minute, but it might. Okay. Where am I going? I am feeling better. Not that I don't still have incredible pain. Somebody asked me that earlier. I'm just now answering. Okay. We have 146 entries. Wow, that's about 30 entries less than last week. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm going to download these real quick. Yeah, 146 entries. And download. And today is... Come on. 4/28, not the 29th. I'm almost done, so I'm about to copy and paste, and then I'll share my screen, and then we'll do the first winner. Okay, Command C and Command V, and remove the title. Okay, let me share my screen. Actually, I need to turn the volume up also so y'all can hear me. Y'all were there, right? This is the part where I can't see what y'all are seeing on the screen anymore. So hopefully you can see the screen. Yeah. Okay, here goes winner number 1. Congrats, Peggy. You've got 3 minutes to claim your prize. So which item would you like? FITZMAURICE. Okay, I'm going to remove the screen share for a minute. Look at the comments. Peggy, let us know which item you would like. Oh, am I still sharing my screen? I hope not. No, I'm not. Okay, Peggy, which item would you like? Wow, there you are. You want the basket. You got it. That was super quick. I love it. Okay, where's her name? Here it is, Peggy. Now, don't forget, I've got to have your address. So let me put that on the screen while we do the other prizes. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. And we'll draw the next winner. Let me pull that up. Let's see. Remove. Okay. Did I share my screen? There it goes. Okay, here we go. Congrats, Deborah. You've got 3 minutes to claim your prize or your chick candy. And I'm going to remove this from the screen and then look for the comments. I shared the link last week to my kitty cat post-it notes. They make me smile so much. I love them. Okay. Yeah, I did take off the screen share, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So here's one of them. Here's one of them. Here's one. I love the one with the little heart, right? And then here's another one. Okay, so Deborah, congrats. Your choices are A, C, D, E, or F. I guess I should move these. That's a good spot for that. Deborah. She wants a chick stand. Oh, I don't even see her comment yet. That's so, oh, there you are. Perfect. Okay, and if anybody wants a chick stand as well instead of one of these other items, let me know. So we got one more winner. So I'm going to share my screen again. Let me restart the timer. And let's see. Screen share. Here we go. Congrats, Joyce. You are the 3rd winner. And let's see. Did I not share the screen or did I share the screen? I don't know. There's the winner. I don't know if I did or didn't. What ribbon is that? It is Pool Party Crinkle Ribbon. I love this ribbon so much. I love Pool Party. It's such a beautiful ribbon. Yeah. Okay, so Joyce. Now, if Joyce isn't here, we'll draw another another name. That hasn't happened in a couple weeks. Yeah. I did share what? I think, is it the, what was I asking? Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Grr. Joyce, are you here? Okay, so it's 5:50, so we'll say 5:49. So we're going to give her 2 more minutes. You're welcome. I'm glad you like the fabric. I'm going to try to do a much better job about that. Now, not all fabric has the, oh, I did share it. Good. Not all fabric has the salvage where it gives the name. So sometimes I can't provide it. But going forward, if I have the name of the fabric, I will share it. Okay, so we're still waiting to hear from Joyce. Yeah. Oh, there you are. You want the Chic Stand? You got it. Okay, so I'm going to put on here Chic Stand. I have received some cards. Oh, I can't even spell Chic Stand. Okay. But I'm going to wait and share them next week because I'm pretty sure that next week I'm going to be a little bit frazzled. Even though the catalog is going live and I really need to be on my A game. My retreat is this weekend. So I'm not sure I'm going to be firing on all cylinders next Tuesday. What is the date on Tuesday? Is that the day that the catalog goes live? Where is the, I can't even find it. Of course it is. So but I'm going to tell y'all, please, please, please listen. The online exclusives and the new catalog. Oh, for my winners, I need your address, okay? So next Tuesday, the online exclusives go live. The new catalog goes live. Please don't wait until after my live video to place an order. If you want anything from the online exclusives or the new catalog. Now, the new catalog has the same time frame now as like our mini catalogs. Actually shorter, right? So don't wait because stuff's going to be on back order. I mean, it really seriously is. I don't know how they won't be, right? And if I'm wrong, then I'll apologize, but I really don't think I'm going to be wrong. I think it's going to be a little crazy. So the scallop bloom dies, scallop circles, I love. I hope we have these for many, many, many years. I doubt it, but I hope. And then the Sweet Old Friends, the Sweet Words and Labels. So the whole collection has this bundle, the paper. It has all the stuff. So, yeah. Don't delay. I'd like to be wrong and say it's not going to sell out. It's not going to go in back order. But, yeah. Okay. I have a couple more minutes to chat because dinner isn't ready yet. So, you guys got any questions for me that I can answer before I go up and Dave feeds me? Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see all the stress of this week. I'm getting a cold sore of all things. Will they replenish online exclusives? I don't know, to be honest. I haven't seen it in writing. There's a bunch of other demonstrators on here, so you guys help me out. Have y'all seen it anywhere in writing that they'll replenish them? I think it really depends on if the product is going to, if they planned on the product being available longer. Golden Glow is what I would consider in the yellow family, yes. Is there a color you want me to compare it to? It actually really doesn't compare to any of our current colors. Let's see, like, so here is our color chart, our color wheel, I should say. And if you look, if you turn this over, you can see, like, here's Crushed Curry, a Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly. These are still a little bit muted, like, because example, Daffodil Delight is pretty bright, right? But I don't think it, yeah, it's a different color. If you were, like Debbie said, it's more like More Mustard from years ago. A little, maybe a shade or two lighter than what More Mustard was. But it's a beautiful color. Someone asked me what my favorite color was, and I was like, the hydrangea color. And then after that would probably be Golden Glow. And I'm actually not a yellow person. Yellow looks awful on me. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, Bumblebee. You know what? It's similar to Bumblebee, I think. Absolutely. It's similar to Bumblebee. Yeah. Bumblebee, I think, well, no, I don't know. Yeah, it's very similar to Bumblebee. Let me tell you something else that got lost in our storage. I've been a demonstrator since 2002. I had one copy of every single catalog throughout all the years. You want to know what got ruined in the storage flood? All my Stampin' Up! Catalogs. They're all gone. They're all toast. Every single Stampin' Success magazine that I had since 2002, and they don't even make Stampin' Success magazines anymore. Every single one. And I loved looking back at those. I loved them. And back in the day, demonstrators' names were actually in there. Like, they showed sales and achievements and just had the best articles. Every single Stampin' Success catalog, or not a magazine that I had, all of them, On Stage and Stampin' Success, they all got trashed. Ugh, that makes me so sad. Yeah. It could be worse though, right? Let's see. There was a time when Stampin' Up! Didn't back order anything. They just put their order in and shipped it. Yeah, because shipping has got so expensive, they can't do that anymore. I mean, our shipping, when I first started shipping Chic Stands, they cost $1.60. They're now, to some places, over $5. Almost $6 if I ship it to Hawaii. I shipped something this week and it was $7.34 and it weighed like 4 ounces. Like ounces, not pounds, ounces. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know why they're doing it to us. Okay, so here's the first pattern. Someone asked to see the paper. So this is pattern 1 and this is pattern 2. Okay. This is the one that we used last week. So this is pattern 1 and this is pattern 2. This would have looked really good on this box too. And I was going to use that, but then I was like, oh, I really want you to see this paper though. Okay, so that's 2 of them. As you can see, my paper's not yet organized. This is the 3rd print and the opposite side. This is the 4th print. And you can use the dies. Now this is not the right, or is it? You can use the die. I don't know if that's the right one. I would think it would be the bigger one. And then this is the back side. Okay. And we got one more print. This one. Look at him in the tree right there. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then this one. Okay, so that's the pattern of paper. Thanks, Stephanie. How are you doing? Did you get all your stuff out of the painted tree? That still makes me so sad for everybody. Debbie says she's still waiting on the cutest crew. Is that on back order? Jeez Louise. Thanks, Lola. What time will Stampin' Up! Go live? The catalog will go live for me in Central Time around 1. It's like midnight Mountain Time. So like 1 a.m. Central Time. That would be 2 a.m. Eastern. Let's see. And 11 for Pacific. Is that right? Don't quote me. Yeah, I do use pirate ship. Yeah, but it's still really expensive, right? And now they've started putting pirate ship on the bottom of your label. Yeah. Yeah, Susan, I'm really sad about losing all my I can live without the catalogs. It makes me sad. But the Stampin' Success and the On-Stage magazines, oh, that's painful. Debbie says she sent 3 small Christmas packages and it was over $100. Yeah, it was. It's. I don't even get it. It's. Are you going to find someplace else, Stephanie, to put your stuff, to sell your items? I hope you find. So Cutest Crew now says it'll be in on May 2nd. Wow, I'm glad I didn't use that bundle again this week. I think we were going to use it last week or the week before, but I felt like it was better to show you product that's coming, because if I waited until it's available, it's going to be gone. That's our new normal. It's kind of like fabric. David said, why do you have so much fabric? I'm like, because once it's gone for good. It never comes back again. You've really got to get it while the getting's good. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, but I'm going to say, if I missed your question earlier, you're welcome to send me an email. I didn't intentionally skip anyone's message or comment in the chat box, but there's no rhyme or reason of how I see those. Like, yeah, I see here's some YouTube comments, and then there's some Facebook comments. So the program that I use, I don't actually see all of them, and I don't know why, but there's not a button that I can press. I see what I see when I see them, but I don't know until afterwards that I've missed someone's comment. So definitely send me an email if you had a question and I missed it. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm so sorry about that. A lot of people have said that they've not been able to find anywhere for their merchandise. And I know one lady on Facebook said she had her products in 10 different stores and wasn't actually able to even get the product, get her product before they closed their doors, which I thought was really awful. I hope they don't owe you a bunch of money also. That's so incredibly sad. I'm sorry that happened to you. Man. Okay, I'm going to sign off. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you next Tuesday. I don't know the winners. All of you that won tonight, I don't know that I'm going to be able to ship your stuff before I leave. So be next Monday or Tuesday before I ship them, okay? But you'll get them. Your name is on them. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'll see you later. Take care.